I started practicing in 1985.
December 17th, 1979.
In 1981.
1994.
I started practicing over here in 1970.
When I was born, I had some multiple renal problems, and I was in the old Hotel Dieu. Had a lot of contact with physicians, nurses, healthcare from that standpoint, and that always stuck with me.
From an age when I was in high school, it just seemed like that's what I was going to do.
I knew that I wanted to do something that I felt I was doing something worthwhile.
My dad was Dr. H.L. Haydell, and he was a general practitioner, came here in 1929.
Never felt an inclination to do anything else but to go into medicine.
And we used to go on house calls with him.
But I considered architecture, I considered engineering. I always loved children.
So I got to go on some of these house calls, and sometime he'd let us go into homes and see what he was doing.
I knew that my main talent seemed to be being able to study and make good grades. So
I got very interested in it. So as really a young boy, that's what my goal was, to try to be a doctor.
I was a pretty strong math and science student, and it just was kind of what interested me the most.
I resisted it halfway through college, I think.
And I ended up going to LSU Shreveport to medical school.
Once I had kind of settled into medicine, medical school, pediatrics was pretty much a given.
That's why I went into pediatrics. It was the only subspecialty that really I enjoyed in training. You could joke with kids, you could play with them. They're so resilient. No matter how bad, critically ill, they come out of it, and it's remarkable and things.
I did my residency at Ochsner in pediatrics.
After medical school, I went to internship and residency at the Charity Hospital in New Orleans. And then I went in the Air Force for 2 years.
And after I finished, they offered me a job here in Houma. And I thought the fishing was great, so I came.
So I came to Houma about, I guess I was 6 months pregnant.
And one of the hardest decisions I had to make was to choose between going into clinic with my family or going with Dr. Wagensback.
Bobby Haydell, Guy Wagensback.
And we set up a practice together, and it worked really well for me and my family.
Guy came to Charity Hospital, because that's where I trained, the old Charity Hospital in New Orleans. And we sat in the lobby, and he was talking, promoting to come here to Houma.
May have been my third year of residency, and David Paquet, who was a longtime radiologist here with Houma Radiology, called me up and asked me if I was looking for a job.
I'm originally from Thibodaux. My wife is from Houma.
My goal was always to come back and practice in my hometown.
If you can't keep the wife happy, as Guy would tell me, you're not going to be happy, and he was right.
You can't beat the food, that's for sure.
And I started right here at Terrebonne General, right from the beginning in the old building.
And when I came to TGMC, that was back when we just had the old hospital, the old hospital.
Houma was a nice area. I was used to Houma and things into there, so I kind of knew my way around. So it wasn't too bad. It was kind of like coming back to home.
The people who were ahead of me were mostly men, and mostly, they had stay-at-home wives who were taking care of everything else. So we were having to juggle, make inroads into learning how to juggle it all.
I was doing at Chabert, and then later on we came over to Terrebonne. And we started the NICU here at Terrebonne.
I'm in the office seeing a child, and the mother looks at me and says, "I want to thank you for saving my life." And I looked at her and said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You saved my life." She said, "My mother told me the story when I was born. I'm one of twins. I wasn't breathing and things in there, and you resuscitated me. And now I was grew up, and I have my own family and things."
I loved well baby visits. I liked talking to the kids. I liked talking to the young mothers.
Taking care of generations in the clinic too, because I still do clinic, and grandmother, the mom, and the baby.
And it's kind of humbling to know that you've really contributed to society. I have done something at least worthwhile. And
As I was growing my family, I was also growing my practice, and I got a lot of help and support from my patients.
I did something good. And that means more than anything in the world, to know that you've helped people.
Well, TGMC has been a big part of my practice from the time I came in '70 till the time I retired in 2002.
It had a quality of community, family.
I used to bring the kids with me when I would make rounds on the weekends, and the nurses would watch them while I made rounds. And it was, it was very nice.
It was always available to do the things over here that I could not do in my office.
The hospital's expanded the programs and specialties now that are available that one time weren't.
And for some reason, they always get high quality nurses over here. Very fortunate to have that.
Make friends with the nurses.
Medicine has changed radically.
It's changed so much. I thought I came in at the right time.
It's a little more challenging nowadays, I believe, than what it used to be.
The use of diagnostic special imaging, CAT scan, and MRI evolved. That is the biggest change, I would say.
You have to be able to focus and compartmentalize.
As much as you put yourself into, as much as you'll get back. So
Don't get overwhelmed with the management companies, the insurance companies, the government, the rigor. Just do your thing, do your medicine, keep doing, and you'll be fine.
Dr. Bobby Haydell Sr., when I came into the group, he said, the key into the practice of medicine and to be able to survive, know that you've done everything you could for that day so that when you go home at night, you can sleep in peace and know that you've done the best for your patient.
Do what you enjoy,
Work hard, take care of your patients.
enjoy your practice, because it all goes by in a hurry.
Fulfilling.
Quality.
I won't say, there's things you enjoy, there's things you don't. There's a lot of stress. I was very busy, but through all of it, I felt fulfilled, like I was doing what I needed to do.
I tried to give quality medicine to all my patients.
Busy.
And then when I retired, it was like, I don't think I need to do this anymore. Yeah.
Lots of imaging and lots of x-rays and
I guess enlightenment and the aspects that's what the true nature of medicine is all about. That you give back what you've gotten in the past from education, from individuals, family, friends, patients. Enlightenment of what life is really all about. That's what medicine is all about.
Awesome. Because I've really enjoyed every bit of it. I really do. I don't think I could have done anything else but what I've done.